This is Majin. Here's some comic reviews for you. We got Flash Annual 3, Avengers. 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 X-Men. Alright. Let's get this out of the way. This is going to have some spoilers for you. Okay. Here's the deal. DC was basically tooting their horn going, don't you worry. We have a plan. Wally West is coming. He's coming in Annual 3, fastest man alive to kill Barry Allen. You're like, whoa, this must be Wally West coming from the future or something like craziness like that. He's going to be after Flash. Maybe he's a villain. Furthest from the truth. Absolute furthest. And, oh my God, I just swear to... If you could just see the frustration. Okay, here's the deal. This is Aftermath of Forever Evil. And they're basically, they mention this as Aftermath. Now, Barry Allen stops a kid from tagging. This takes place before the last issue of Flash that just came out. Which is probably, what, Flash 30. So, anyways, Flash goes about his daily business, and he gets involved in a case. While that's going on, then you get the story from the future. Where he's got actually, I'll grant him this, he's got a cool costume, you know, if I can find it. Here we go. I really like that costume. Now, here's the thing. If you remember in Flash 30, a boy died by the name of Wally West. Well, apparently, 20 years later, you know, Barry Allen hasn't gone to see a psychiatrist to talk to him about his problems because he's really hung up about this one death because he wasn't there to save him. And, you know, Iris is also now in the chair because of the accident. So, you know, he's traumatized. And he's come up with a plan, and he's going to go into time, and he's going to fix it. And I'm just like, oh my God, where did I read the story before? Oh, it's Flashpoint all over again. And, oh, I'm sorry, it's also in the freaking Age of Ultron. And it's in, oh, I don't know, New X-Men. And, oh, I don't know, Avengers. And, you know, it's not a common recurring theme that's happening in freaking all the Marvel right now with the time stream is damaged. And here's Barry Allen. Well, you know, Iris, I can't get over the fact that I wasn't there to save one life. And because I'm always there, except for I'm never there for my wife when, you know, she needs me. But that's besides the point. But I'm going to go into time. But before I do that, I'm going to have the final fight with Gorilla Grodd, and we're going to kill him. And once I kill him, it's not going to matter because I'm going to go into time, and everything's going to be fine. And, you know, my plan is, it's not that I'm going to go into time and save Wally, who is Iris' nephew. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kill the Flash, and that will solve everything. And I just go, you are trying to kill yourself, and by killing yourself, everybody dies. Oh my God. Oh, man. I needed aspirin. Okay. All New X-Men number 26. This actually was a freaking strong, very strong title. And to me, this is actually, this is my favorite book of the week. And it's not the whole book that did it for me. What really did this book for me was we got a little dream with Jean Grey when she has the Phoenix power. And she screams and wakes up, and it's the dialogue between her and Scott. You know, the adult Scott. This is what really made the story for me. And, you know, you can tell Jean Grey's confused. Scott's confused. He doesn't know what to do with these people. He wants them out of this time stream. He's like, I don't even know, you know, I don't even remember visiting my dad in space, so I don't even know what's going on. He's like, you know, and then you got this new power, and, you know, I'm going to have you work with Emma to help you with that. And that's not awkward at all. You know, the ex-girlfriend with the, would that be past, future ex-girlfriend who dies type thing? And even then, that alone is going to... Technically, this conversation is odd, you know, because that would affect Jean Grey when she goes back. And then the thing is, what was weird, not really weird, but it makes sense, is Jean Grey kind of makes the play for Cyclops. It's like, you were the man that I've always wanted you to turn out to be. And Cyclops is like, whoa, 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 time out here. We can't have that. Which is, think about that. I mean, imagine if these two got into a relationship, and things got busy. Then imagine what would happen when Jean Grey goes back and gets hooked up with the young Cyclops. It's not the same person. That would cause some. What happens if future Cyclops and young Cyclops both had a relationship with Jean Grey at the same time? Think about that for a second. Now, going on, basically after that, we have a deal with X-23. We have, and then we have the setup for the next issue. So overall, I mean, this was actually a really strong issue, and Bendis did a great job. I'm glad to see him back. Drawing this book, and for me, I just wish that it had a little bit more consistency. But this has actually been a pleasure to read still, and this was like I said, a very, very enjoyable book. Okay, now we get the Avenger messes. Okay, I gotta find. Okay, this is the one I gotta remember. We gotta deal with later. Avengers number 7, New Avengers 17. Okay, this is the one where we have the incursions happening, and we get to see this unbeatable superhero team, which be pretty much the equivalent of the Avengers for another world. And we have this nice little dialogue between Black Panther and Submariner. They're drinking up a little bit, and then they realize they're going to have. They've been watching this team, and they realize they're going to have to fight. And this is, I mean, it's not what I would consider a great read. This is almost like a filler to set up the battle. And, I just kind of want the fight to happen now. But I'll give this like a half, like a 2.5 out of 5 type thing. It's not great, it's not bad, but, it's setting it up. Avengers World. Dun, 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 dun. This is another one where it's basically they're trying to get everything set up for the battle between AIM and their island and the Avengers. The Avengers have some people trapped on the other side, and they're wanting to use their teleporter to get people over there, but he's like, I can't do it, I got some issues right now, things are out of whack, and he's got to talk to, Mother Universe. He does, and then eventually he's able to open up the doorway. Now, this is one of these titles where I kind of go, I feel that it's out of place, because there's so much Avengers going on, and there's so much stuff, and there's so much stuff dealing with all these different things, and, we get the worlds colliding, we get AIM in 2 issues, then we have, 3, because we have the ones here, and it's like, and the AIM parts, they don't seem to really want to connect to each other very well. So that's why this seems like it's really out of place, and it kind of makes me wonder even if this is really necessary. But and the other sad thing is we're getting tiny slivers of it, and instead of the big picture. So I'm wondering if this is going to be one of those books that will really resonate as a stronger title once it's traded, and like the whole thing, because as it stands now, it looks like it's a smaller piece of a bigger pie. And, the art's good, the story, the dialogue, all that stuff is fine, but it just seems like it's like this lost child that is trying to get the mom's attention, but it's just lost in the sea of other faces type thing. Okay. Avengers. Now, let me make sure. Yeah, this is the right one. Okay, basically what we learn is Bruce Banner was being sneaky. If you remember the last issue, you had the Avengers fighting the out-of-time Avengers, and the Hulk shows up at the end. Well, the Hulk was, Bruce Banner, and he basically followed the rest of the Avengers back to AIM to figure out what's going on. And he figures out that there's something bigger going on here. And he goes to visit Tony, and he's got the briefcase, and he's like, Tony, I know something's wrong. This Avengers thing, it's big, it's your blueprint, and he's trying to be deflective. He's wanting to know what's in the briefcase. He's ignoring the questions as best as he can, and Bruce is just getting angrier and angrier, and he keeps pressing on, with his questions. And eventually, Tony has to respond, and he goes, "Yeah, there's a problem." And once that happens, then you see Bruce take out of the briefcase something to calm him down a bit. Now, this is the part where I'm really concerned about and really wondering about what's going on over here. See, here's the deal. You have a very intelligent Bruce Banner. In terms of the other Avenger books, again, very intelligent Bruce Banner. And at the very end, Tony has to tell Bruce what's going on with the worlds colliding. Now, he's lying, because he's going, Bruce is like, I can see Hank's, fingerprints on this, I can see the Black Panther's fingerprints, there's something going on. And, he's like, well, no, we haven't really done anything wrong, but I'm like, dude, you've been killing some worlds already. But at the very end, and this is some spoilage here, he invites Bruce into the Illuminati. Now, here's the problem. In The Incredible Hulk, here, you have a dumb Hulk, a dumb Bruce Banner. A Bruce Banner who's like, my name is Bobby, and I eat some ice cream. It's kind of like that. So it makes you wonder what's going on here. Is this one of those situations where, okay, the Hulk is taking place in the Hulk universe, and whatever happens here really has no bearing here, and vice versa? Or maybe is this the other Bruce Banner that was from the other world, and somehow he got switched? Just a thought. But knowing what's happening here is very distracting, at least for me, what's happening in here, because then I start going, none of this can really happen. And then I start wondering how they're going to fix all this continuity problems. But that being the point, I really enjoyed this issue here. If anything, it's really highlighting the tension between Bruce and Tony, and which is, of course, then setting up the stage for Original Sin, where we learn Tony might have done something in regards to Bruce's gamma bomb test. So we'll find out more about that later. So this I found enjoyable. This, I started to read it, and then just on a whim, I was kind of like, let me see what's going on here. And I start flipping through the pages, and I see Wolverine getting a tattoo of a rose, and that's when I just put the book down and decided to make my videos. So let's give you some codes. Forgot. I gotta put autofocus. Give you that one. Now, also let me know what you guys thought were some good books this week. As you can see, this is pretty much a Marvel Avenger week, so I'm really curious to know what you guys thought about some of the other non-Avenger books. Also, what are you guys thinking about how there's so many Marvel titles and they're not, I don't know, it's kind of like they're being jumbled together in terms of what's going on. They seem to be stepping over each other, and I can't get this thing to autofocus. There we go. And I'll give you one more. Now don't forget to like, share. I have the Facebook Crunchyroll anime reviews. And this thing doesn't want to seem to pop off. Come off. Alright, I won't give you that. Watch The Knights of Sidonia once it appears on Netflix. You guys will really like that. Watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventures on Crunchyroll. That's a freaking awesome anime fighting show. And that is it for today. I'm going to be watching some Hunter x Hunter. And that'll be it. So until next time.